Today we're going to be delving into all things Raleigh. Raleigh is a unique city that has lots to offer, history, charm, and just full of opportunities. So stick around.
So where we started the video was Moore Square, which is a really neat park. It's right beside Marbles Kids Museum, which I know we've highlighted in some of our other videos.
Yes.
It's a really cool museum here in Raleigh.
So much fun. Yeah. For the kids will love it. If you're visiting for a weekend and you've got kids with you, definitely make it a point to prioritize visiting Marbles Kids Museum while you're in Raleigh. It's so much fun.
It's really cool. And then just in general, Raleigh has 200 parks. I think it has, is it 100 miles of Greenway Trail?
Over 100 miles.
Over 100 miles of Greenway Trail. So there is a lot of things to do in Raleigh. Raleigh also has a professional hockey sports, or hockey team, I should say.
Sports. You can tell he doesn't watch hockey.
I don't watch hockey. I watch football.
They have professional
I guess it's kind of football.
Sports.
It's football on ice, I guess is the way you could look at it.
It's not. It's not.
Anyway, the Hurricanes are here. So
yes, we do have the Carolina Hurricanes. There's also really the heart of sports in North Carolina is going to be college basketball and football. So we do have lots of college sporting events here in the Triangle. Duke, UNC, NC State, all of their teams. Duke being the most important of those. Definitely the best basketball program that's ever existed in all of human history. Not opinionated at all on the matter, but lots of great things going on here with sports. Like Zach mentioned, the Carolina Hurricanes NHL team is here, and you know we don't have a National Football League team here, but maybe one day.
No, probably not, but that would be cool. But in general, all this to say, there's a lot to do in Raleigh. There's a lot of green space in Raleigh, which is one of the reasons some folks move here. They want to get to the trees, they want to get to the green spaces. Raleigh has all of that to offer.
Definitely. Hey! You've been watching our video and maybe you haven't subscribed yet. You should definitely subscribe to our channel because we are putting out videos like this on a weekly basis about all things Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, Triangle. We'd love to have you follow along with all of our news here on the channel, so be sure to subscribe. So people are always asking, what is the weather like here in the Raleigh-Durham area? You know, it's a loaded question. The weather is good sometimes and not so good sometimes, but what that means is that we have 4 distinct seasons here in the area. Obviously summer and winter kind of take the main feel of what we have, but there is still fall.
About to walk into a tree.
Yeah, walking into a tree. There is still fall, there is still spring. You know, you have more mild seasons, so it's not always hot. I think there's this stereotype that it's just always really hot here because we're in the south.
But summer is our longest season, to be fair.
Yes,
it is by far our longest season.
Yeah, and it gets very hot and humid here in the summer. Yeah, this year's been kind of cool so far, but in general, summer is going to be hot and cool, but we do still have a cold winter as well. You're not going to move here and never need a jacket again, you know? So you kind of get the beauty of all of the seasons. I would love if summer wanted to stay around for a little longer, but not how life works here in Raleigh-Durham. But in general, you're going to feel all of the seasons. It's going to be nice and generally pretty mild.
Yeah, absolutely. Another question we get about Raleigh a lot, is it family friendly? So when I think of a family friendly place, I think, is it safe? Are things convenient, different amenities convenient? So that's what we're gonna address in this one. For safety, Raleigh has consistently been named one of the safest places in the country to live. In the last study by, I think it was Wallet Hub, I think Raleigh was in the top 10 again. For safety as far as large cities and mid-sized cities go. So it is consistently one of the safest places to live. As far as convenience goes, I mean, in Raleigh, you're 20 minutes from anything you need, no matter where you live in Raleigh. That could be a large shopping mall, it could be a strip mall. There's amenities everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of big shopping amenities here. You know, you have obviously like your everyday things like strip malls to find, grocery stores, Costco's, little restaurants, things like that are kind of everywhere. Raleigh is a very suburb life, so you know, anywhere you live, you're just gonna drive pretty close and be to something else. Like it's not the most walkable place in the world, but everything is still really convenient for what you're going to need for your family. And I've lived here my entire life, and there are still so many things that I want to take the kids to that I haven't done yet, you know? So
it's crazy.
Yeah, there's just always something with museums or playgrounds, parks, events. Like there's not enough days in the year to hit it all.
All right, so one thing we did not mention earlier when we were talking about a family-friendly area is the school system. So Raleigh schools fall within Wake County school system, and they're one of the top-rated school systems in the state. If you do have questions about schools, and you probably do if you're a parent, you're moving into the area, we do have a school consulting company that we're happy to link you up with. But in general, this area has a very academic feel to it, I think in a good way. We have some of the top universities in the country here. We have the Research Triangle Park here, which kind of helps reinforce that level of academia. And Cindy would chime in on this, but she's sitting in the back seat. There is, if the camera were to tilt back there, you would see an enormous amount of probably goldfish and dry-aged waffle fries, which no one wants to see. But we're headed to one of our favorite neighborhoods in North Raleigh, and we'll dig into the housing market once we get there.
All right, so the overall housing market here in the Raleigh-Durham area, if you are looking to make a move here, we'll kind of delve into that a little bit. So the average price point in the spring of 2023 here in Raleigh was about $540,000.
Yep.
There's plenty of options that are below that price point and lots of options that are well above it as well. There's really something for everybody here, but that is kind of an average. It's a competitive housing market right now at the time that we're filming this video. So when you see something that's listed online, it's typically going to sell above its original asking price. That's not uncommon in the area. We'd be happy to dive into those details on the housing market more with you. If you want to set up a time to chat with us, our number is here below.
Yeah, and as far as what does a typical neighborhood in Raleigh feel like, this is a pretty good example of an established neighborhood in Raleigh. You have the trees, which depending upon what part of the country you're coming from, if you're moving into the area, this may be unique to you, and so you can hear the birds. Just a really beautiful part of the triangle is Raleigh. Just Raleigh neighborhoods in general, they tend to be those that are established, a lot of trees, just really beautiful. All right, if you like today's video, we make videos like this on a weekly basis. I'm Zach, this is my beautiful wife, Cindy. We're a couple of real estate agents in the area. If you're looking to buy or sell in the area, we'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. So our contact information is below. Feel free to reach out. You can also find us on Instagram.
Yep, we'd love to have you follow along with our day-to-day life here in the Raleigh area at The Honeycutt Realtors, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Yep. We'll see you next time.